Girl, I'm shook. Amen. I am shook. Oh, I am shook, family and friends, okay? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca, and with, I guess this will be somewhat of a discussion / review of the Netflix movie Bird Box. Now, y'all know I don't normally step out and do this type of thing, but child, I watched this movie and I'm shook, bitch. I want to talk, okay? I feel like talking a little bit about this. Now, before I begin, I hope y'all had a wonderful Christmas. I hope that Santa brought you everything that you had your heart set up on having. And I'm wishing you nothing but blessings and tidings of good cheer going into 2019. 2018 left quick, didn't it? God swear 2018 came and gone. We got a couple more days, but I mean, damn. 2018 zipped by. That's why I tell y'all all the time, make it count. Because you know not the day nor the hour. It's a whole lot more positive things you could be doing with your life opposed to, you know, some of the stuff that some folks choose to indulge in. I'm lucky. I see life differently, but I'm about to go into something else. I ain't going there. Child, that ain't what this video about. I give you a life lesson later on, okay? Anywho, especially about appreciating the days you have so far, because, child, okay. See, I'm steady wanting to go over there. Let me get my shit back together. All right, Bird Box, right? So I'm sitting here. I've been hearing people talk about it, you know. So I said, okay, I ain't doing shit. Go and watch the damn video, right? I mean, the movie. So I goes over here on Netflix, and I cuss it on, and I began to watch, family. I began to watch. And I was like, what the hell? Now, it starts off, you see Sandra Bullock telling two kids, a girl and a boy. Keep in mind, I said girl and boy, that's going to come back. She's telling them, you know, that they have to go through this river. They can't take the blindfold she's placing upon them off. Because if they don't listen and they do what she say don't do, it could cost them their lives. So we see them all three put this damn blindfold on, and they navigate their way to this damn boat. So they out there in the boat, child. So I'm wondering to myself at this point, where the hell is we going with this here? So far I see is Sandra Bullock and two cheering that got in the boat and they steering on down the river. What the fuck? But the movie producers knew exactly to which that they were doing. That's why they are movie producers and my ass over here on YouTube. So it takes us back to how all of this began. I see her, and I think that's her sister talking. Then I see her, Sandra Bullock. She's at, I think her name Mallory, in this movie. But we see her at a doctor's appointment. She's pregnant, right? So then, child, as she's getting ready to come out of her doctor's appointment, we see this woman beating her head into this wall. Now, before they got to the doctor's appointment back at the house, Sandra Bullock and her sister was watching a news report that was saying that some country had some type of airborne outbreak, and it's caused massive suicide to most of the people in that country, or a big part of it, right? So, child, we thinking ain't nothing, you know, that we see they watching this. We know this going to come into play somewhere, because there's no way that they possibly could be doing this, showing us this, and making us pay attention to a news report if it don't tie into the storyline some type of way. So, again, we're at the doctor's appointment. She get checked out by her OBGYN. She's preparing to leave. We see a patient, apparently, of this hospital, and this woman is busting her head up against the damn glass window. I mean, you see all kinds of blood and everything, but old girl is really trying to hurt herself. So Sandra think that's strange. She ain't crazy, though. Get in the car with her sister, let's get the fuck on. Child, we see people starting to do just crazy shit, like trying to set their car on fire, being like they just want to die, right? They just want to die. And she's telling her sister, just keep going. Let's just make it back to the house. So sister's scared too. Child, they end up, I don't know what happened with sister. She must have saw the airborne agent that's causing this mass destruction. Because, child, she starts to drive erratically like she trying to kill herself. The car flips over after hitting another car. They both manage to get out the car, but guess what sister does? Sister looks differently now. Her eyes are grayed out. And she looking at Sandra because they both made it out of the car wreck. Her sister Sandra is just looking at her. Like, what the hell? Her sister walks off, walks right into a car, and gets killed. Actually, it was a truck. Looked like one of them waste disposal trucks. You know what I'm saying? So, this lady by the name, I think Lita or Leela, she sees that Sandra is pregnant, and mind you, massive pandemonium has taken place in this city because everybody is running. I mean, some people have already seen or smelled this airborne agent, and they are doing things to cause themselves to die. The agent don't kill you, it makes you go crazy and you will kill yourself, apparently. Well, she's on the ground. She just saw her sister kill herself. She's kind of devastated, but again, she's pregnant, having a hard time. Lita see her. Lita's, I don't know if that was Lita's old man, that bald-headed man, or his daughter that was inside the house. He telling her don't go out there trying to help nobody. She decides to go out there and help Mallory, who is Sandra Bullock, try to make it into the house. But she get out there and she must have seen, or the airborne agent has hit her. And child, next thing we know, her ass done jumped in a car that had a wreck and was on fire. She killing her damn self. Well, child, Mr. If Loving You is wrong. Ramsey showed up. God always said he would have a ram in the bush, baby. Because she was out there getting trampled by people. She didn't know what to do. And that ram in the bush was Ramsey, honey. He come up behind her and they were able to get into the house that the lady Leela, who came out to help Mallory, came out of. So, child, we get them in the house. At first, Mr. Baldhead man didn't want them to get in, right? But Mr. Other dude that was in there let them in. So they just watching as people are literally killing themselves. Now, I'm not going scene by scene. I'm going to hop around this thing, right? More people came to that house. And I guess coincidentally, we know Mallory pregnant, but another woman comes who look like she about to deliver any day now as well. So all of these people, about 5 or 6 of them, are staying inside this house with barricades on the doors, and also they have kind of blacked out the sun. They got newspapers and things of that nature on the windows because they can't look out there. Child, this movie was a hot mess. I don't know what that airborne agent is, but baby, that airborne agent is a hot damn mess because once you look at it or smell it, it prompts you to kill yourself. What confused me there is some of the people who had seen it or smelled it or whatever, they didn't kill themselves. They were like out there trying to recruit other people to do so. Okay, so then we got them all living up in this house together, right? They trying to make it. They run low on food. They end up going to a grocery store that one of the people inside the home worked at. So they get to the store by the grace of God. They out there, they in there shopping, baby. They shopping, they taking all the goods, right? Mr. Baldhead man had a suggestion because all of them did not go to the shopping expedition. Some people stayed back in the house. Mr. Baldhead man said, we ought to just stay here. It's enough food for us to live here for a year. Well, what about the people at the house? Better them than us. Child, Mr. Baldhead man was a hot-ass mess, and they suspected he was an alcoholic, but he was really on point about a lot of things. Now, I don't think it's fair to leave the folks up that would stay behind at the house while you went out on that expedition to get food should die and perish up in that house. No, but a lot of things that he was trying to tell them came to pass in this show, right? So we get back to the house. Oh yeah, before we get back to the house, they hear a knock at the door of the grocery store. Person is someone that the guy who brought him to the grocery store that worked there knew him because they worked together. For reasons unknown, they wanted to let him in. Child, when they cracked that door, he was a big dude. He had done seen whatever airborne agent there was, and he was trying to push his way in. Old boy feel guilty because I'm the one that talked y'all down and got y'all to somewhat open his door till we see that he crazy. So he ends up, the only thing he could think to do was to rush the dude, which would make him fall back out the door and allow them to lock the door. Child, they did. He did that, and he died. He sure did, he died. All we saw was once he pushed that dude through that door to make him back away from getting inside, child, we hear a little noise, and then we see blood coming from under the damn door. So we know now he went out there and he saw or smelled whatever that agent is that's causing these people to go into hysteria and kill themselves. Child, he is dead, okay? So we make our way back to the house. Now remember, I told you got two pregnant bitches up in here, right? Them hoes go into labor together. But before they had gone into labor at the same time, Miss Pregnant other bitch decides that there's this man knocking at the door. They know the rules is not to open this door, but she didn't let him in because she feel like he okay. They look at his eyes, they ain't grayed over, so they say he okay, but he ain't okay. This man act like he weak and timid, but the minute that Sandra and old girl went into labor to have them babies, he took the birds. Now, the thing about the birds is, the birds know when that spirit or whatever that entity is. They had little birds in a cage, right? Whatever that is that attacking the townspeople, the birds can tell and they'll chirp a lot. So what Mr. Man, who was allowed to come in the house against everybody's wishes, does is he decides to put the birds in the freezer and begin to take the paper off the wall to allow the sunshine in. Meanwhile, upstairs, two women are giving birth. Mr. Baldhead drunk man, I don't know his name, honey. They had locked him up because he was like trying to pull a rifle on the little meek and but not so innocent dude that the pregnant girl let in. Yeah, they locked his ass up because he was basically saying this wrong. We don't trust him. We don't know him. He could be not who he claimed to be, which is why I said earlier, we think Mr. Baldhead drunk man is crazy and just hateful to people, but he had a reason to be saying this, and had they listened, they wouldn't have all ended up dead. But let me tell you how it went down. Now, they done locked Mr. Baldhead man in a damn in the room. Old girls are upstairs going through the labor. So it's another elderly lady there that's helping out that was in the house, and it's Ramsey was up there. All of them was up there trying to help these women because it's amazing they had these babies on the same day. Okay, they go in labor at the same time. He downstairs and made him some demonic artistry. Then drew some demonic faces and put them on the damn coffee table. He done took the bird, put the bird in the damn freezer, and now he's taking the papers off the wall, out the window, so that people can look in, or whatever it is that they not supposed to be seeing by looking at the sun or out there in the elements. Whatever that demon is that start causing these people to go into hysteria. Now, old boy is he's making it where the sunlight can come in. People will have to look out. Trevante came downstairs and seen Trevante heard something. He went to investigate. Oh boy, knocks him in the head, knocks him unconscious. Mr. Baldhead man still locked up in there, right? So he go upstairs, honey, and these women have given birth to their babies. Fish that let him in, she had a little girl, and Sandra had a little boy. These women ain't had their babies 2 minutes before he up there snatching the paper off the wall, telling them to look in. Sandra hides the two newborn babies in under the cover with her. The girl that had just had the baby that let him in, she looked out that window, and whatever it is she ain't supposed to see that's gonna cause her to go crazy, She jumps up minutes after giving birth and throws herself through the window. Remember I said the elderly lady that was helping too. She's trying not to look, but he make her look, pull her eyes open. And when she sees whatever that is, she had a pair of scissors cutting the umbilical cords for these women. She begins to take that knife and stab it in her own damn neck. So there's 2 down, right? Remember, bald head man downstairs is supposed to be locked up in that room, but he ain't locked. He done managed to get out and got his double barrel. Because old boy who they let in, that's this a part of this entity or whatever, he recruiting people to look. He about to take the covers off of Sandra and the newborns, telling them to look. He come in there and shoot old boy, but he got a blindfold on because he know he can't see, he can't look. Old boy ends up stabbing him and he dies, child. So I don't know how Trevante got up, child, but he managed to get up and he ends up making this man shoot himself. Okay, that's what happened. Him and the demon dude and bald head drunk man got into it, had a tussle. He ends up killing bald head drunk man, and Trevante is waking up after being knocked in the head when he went snooping to see what that unexplained noise was. Apparently he won because he wound up shooting this man and putting something over his head and going up there with Sandra Bullock, and she got them 2 babies, brand new babies now. Child, it skips up to 5 years. 5 years these people have been wearing blindfolds anytime they want to go outside, because whatever that entity that is in the air or outside that they can't see, that will make them kill themselves, they can't be out there in it. She teaching them how to navigate without actually having faith, eyesight. It was real cute how she was teaching them kids. But like I said, 5 years has passed and this is how they've been living. The way they survive is they break into other homes that people have probably killed themselves and became a victim to this, whatever that is in the air. And they get food and stuff out of there. Child. And come to find out, Mallory done been, I guess since they the only 2 that they know about, baby, them 2 there, they done managed to start them old nasty piece of relationship. So they in love, right? Trying to raise these 2 kids and make it the best way they can. Now, child, they come up on a point where they find this house that they finna get stuff out of. And here comes some folks who can see, but like I say, they seem to be agents trying to make more and more people look at this entity, right? Whatever it is they not supposed to be looking at. Trevante knew he wasn't going to make it, so what he did was he told her and the children to leave and make it to the boat, because they had learned via a walkie-talkie that there was a community of people who were not affected, but you got to make it to them. In order to make it to them, you got to get on this boat, get on this river, and the river can be quite nasty at some point, but you got to make your way through that and make it to this land piece where you're going to have to listen for birds, and the birds will lead you there. Remember, the birds know when the spirit or whatever that is around, and it chirps a lot. But now that they have found a refuge, these people use the birds to help people navigate to where they're at. He tell them all this stuff. Trevante know he ain't gonna be able to make that trip with her because there's too many of them and they just simply would not make it. So he sacrificed himself in a sense because he made her run off and he tried to deal with them. Now he did take out a few of them. Oh yes, he took them all out, I do believe. But he had seen what he wasn't supposed to see. And before he got too far into that, he blew his own head off. Meanwhile, Sandra and them is on their way to the water. They get to the water, child. Oh, they get to the water. It came a point in time where she tried to get out the boat to go look and see where they were dead or if they could have some supplies. Girl, that little girl got out the boat. I was through. Notice I ain't gave this cheering no name. You know why? Because the children didn't get a name until the end of the movie. She was calling them girl and boy. and that was their name. We see her go through so many trials and tribulations. That spirit was on her fucking back, y'all. It was trying to get her and them children. She navigated that water very well. She was able to get them kids safe. It came a time where they thought that they was going to have to make a choice between, in order, once the river started getting bad, there was a path that she had to go in order to make it to this sanctuary of people who were not affected. And child, it was a difficult thing for her to make that choice, because it would have had to been out one of the kids, because she had to be the one to steer the boat. So she ended up saying neither one would have to make a choice. She was just going to do it. And it's amazing that she was able to do that and get to the right location. But it wasn't easy going through them woods with that spirit on her like that, the spirit was playing tricks on the children's heads and her heads. Child, she was being told to take the blindfold off. It's beautiful. The spirit was trying to get into the kids to do it, but they stood strong. They finally made it to the sanctuary, got in there, and she met the guy who had told her how to get to them. And guess what? The sanctuary was a school for the blind. It wasn't hardly nobody there except for one woman that she knew about that obviously could see that was there in that sanctuary. Out of everybody all them people in the world, it seemed like everybody in that area died, child. It was good. Now, I ain't give you everything because I don't want you not to go watch, but I did want to talk about that. She did make it in the end, but, oh, girl, she went through some stuff. Whatever that spirit was on her ass, honey. I was so glad when she made it to the sanctuary, even though it was a sanctuary full of blind people. They in there living. And they got sunlight. They can see it. You can't directly look, but it looked like they were safe. And them kids finally got a name at the end. She told the little girl she was naming her Olympia. I think that's what her mama wanted to name her. And her son, who she had given birth to, she called him Tom. But yeah, it's a really good movie. It's playing now on Netflix. It is something that will hold your attention. It's very interesting. I know this was a bootleg-ass review, but it wasn't really a view. I look at this more like a discussion. I'm just telling you guys what happened and how it affected me. But I was thrown off, baby, when I was watching all these people who had looked or smelled whatever was in the air, and they was killing themselves left and right. Girl, that was a sight to see. And then how she was able to navigate those kids down to a river, get on a boat, go through all that turbulence with all of that, with the rafts and stuff, have the boat capsule over and make it to land with these babies with these blindfolds on them. I'm telling you, this was a very good movie. It holds your attention. So if you have not gone over to your Netflix, baby, go on over there and get you some of that Bird Box, because that was amazing to me. It was just so much, y'all, so much. It was a lot, girl, but I was here for all of it. I sure was. Anyway, that's it. That's all, y'all. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and, open up the discussion down in the panel section for us to talk about this movie. And please watch this movie. It's good, y'all. It's good. I might actually come back with a real review, because this was the Ghetto Hood live reaction to me after, well, not live, but it's live recorded, of my my emotions after this movie. It was good. It's something I'll watch again. And I'll probably come back and do a right review where I go scene by scene, because I like doing that. But this was the Ratchet Hood review, okay? This is the Ratchet Hood review of Bird Box. Y'all let me know down in the penny if you've seen it, how you feel about it, what parts were interesting to you. Let's discuss. Also, if you have any suggestions for other movies I can watch over on Netflix, please drop them in the penny section below. And I will see you guys when I come back. Child, I might come out back in your Friday. One never knows. But I'm enjoying my little mini vacation from YouTube. It look like I need to be off the streets for a minute, huh? Child. Anyway, child, remember the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please give this video a ratings of thumbs up so that I become more recognized on these YT streets. Comment down in this penny section. Let a bitch know what you think about the movie if you've seen it, and give me some of your suggestions for Netflix movies that I could be watching, because I got a little bit more day. I got a couple more days I can relax and watch movies, so I want to do that. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed, girl. Get you some positivity and upliftment and love, honey. Get you some for the free 99 by clicking subscribe. And if you really feeling me, hit the notification bell button so that each and every time I go live from this channel or drop a pre-recorded video, you're going to get a notification and you can come over here and join in on the conversation, because everybody is welcome. We agree to disagree over here. That's what we do. And that's how we gonna rock it, okay? See you on the next one. Peace.